Welcome to Real Talk with Garrett and Laura.
Hey, everybody.
We're going to be your resource for real estate in Rain City here in Seattle. And we're going to be going over topics that anyone looking to buy a house or to sell a house should be looking into.
So this week, our topic is, so you want to buy a house?
How?
That's a really deep reference to So You Think You Can Dance, and we should probably edit it out.
Deep reference. And the couple things that we're going to go over today are finding an agent and selecting the right realtor for you, and then getting clarity on what you're looking for, and then also to finding your style of home. The biggest thing, obviously, in finding an agent to work with, you'll want to find people like us that are going to be a good resource for you, fun to work with.
Congrats.
You made it. You're here.
You found us. You're welcome. What a gift.
Yeah. So Laura and I are Seattle area realtors, and we work together as a team. So you get two for the price of one when you work with us. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing that we'll provide is making sure that we are getting you educated on everything that's going on in the market, so that you can always make a wise and confident decision, because things do go fast in a market like this with multiple offers and needing to make a quick decision on a very, very big purchase.
Yes. No, it can be scary, but we love what we do, and we're great to work with because we're good at finding the house that's right for people and exploring all the options and neighborhoods and talking it through. I sometimes feel like, we're the support to find a property and a home, but sometimes I feel like we do the work of emotional support too, because it is anxiety inducing. It's a lot of money and it's a big decision. And we love helping people find what they're doing. And to be honest, finding an agent's hard, but we're great. And we're one of those must-haves when it comes to finding your house.
That's right. So in building out your list of must-haves, the other thing is get clarity on what you're looking for in a home in the early stages of house hunting. So I always tell people it's all about price, condition, and location, and you can only have two out of the three. So if you're saying this is the max price we're willing to pay, this is the area that we have to be in, then you'll need to be able to negotiate more on the condition and flex more on that. Or if you say, I know we like this style of home and this price, but we need to expand our search and find stuff maybe further outside of town or all over. So it's price, condition, location. And I wish we could have all three, but you've just got to prioritize the top two out of the three there. And then also too, with must-haves, it's always good to change different style points of from must-have to, okay, that could be would be nice, or this is something inside of our control, like switching out baseboard heats to mini split heat and AC units, or different color paint, because those are all things that you can do yourself and don't need to rule out a house just because of those things.
I feel like once you have your must-haves, it's then finding the style of house, because it's such a process that people don't realize. You have to test out everything. You can't just say, oh, I want this style of house, I'm only gonna look at this style of house, without ever having seen a different type of house, especially in an area like Seattle where things have been torn down over time and rebuilt gradually. We have houses from every decade in my small neighborhood. So if you have one of your must-haves as a specific neighborhood, it really is a benefit to you to be open to shopping all types of styles of houses and then honing in on what you really like.
And some of the big types of homes that are popular in our area are craftsman or mid-century modern, or a split level.
So I think that split levels are as divisive as Zeke's Pizza Crust, because Zeke's Pizza Crust, bagel crust, people love it or people hate it. They're like, oh, it's so chewy and great. I like to cut my pizza with a fork because I'm a classy broad. And so I don't like Zeke's, but everybody else seems to, and I don't get it, but I digress. So we're talking about
look up Zeke's Pizza. You'll see what we mean.
Yeah. They have good beer right now. Zeke Destroy is really good. Whatever. I think that buying houses is a lot like I guess I'm really into analogies, is a lot like wedding dress shopping. And I know not everybody will relate to this, but you go wedding dress shopping and you think, I want a ball gown, I want a mermaid cut, whatever. And you have this idea. And then you try on a different silhouette and you're shocked because it looks like banging and dynamite on your bod. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is my cut. I had no idea. And so when it comes to houses, I feel like you have to go see a craftsman. You have to go see a mid-century modern. You have to go see a split level to see if you could make it work for you. And you could be surprised. And people in Seattle think that the craftsman is the only option because it's the classic Seattle house. But often in these really old houses, you don't have a lot of closet space. You don't have more than one, maybe two bathrooms, but that second bathroom isn't.
And it was never set up for
want.
how we live now. It's from 100 years ago.
Yeah. And I find it interesting that, so my favorite is a mid-century modern. And I'm aware that the reason my favorite is a mid-century modern is that culture took the reality that these houses were becoming available as the generation that built them leave the earth. And they are now for sale more. West Elm and culture have made it cool and trendy. And it's fun and cool to have a mid-century modern. And honestly, they're super fun to decorate and they're really functional houses.
Well, Laura, speaking of mid-century and what was going on in the 1950s, let's talk about our past clients, Kevin and Lindsay, and what's happened at their house, or what we found out.
Yeah, Kevin and Lindsay bought a cool mid-century modern in Kenmore, and it has a literal bomb shelter. Truly. So their room where their hot water heater and their furnace is, you can stand up and it's all concrete, and it's like, oh, this is sort of a funny space for your utility closet. But they found out as they researched the house, it's on the culture or the historical registry in their city or in their county because it was built with these other houses after World War II and right before the Cold War. And it has an actual bomb shelter. So when the big earthquake hits,
they'll be ready to go in the bomb shelter.
Yeah.
Well, these are more stories and things that you'll hear on Real Talk with Garrett and Laura. So thank you guys for joining us on the maiden voyage. And we'll be back next week with another episode on what's going on in the Seattle market, different tips and tricks for your home, and how we could be an asset to you guys. All right. Thanks for joining us. Remember, wear your mask.
Wear a mask, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.